Welcome to the Tale Factory, where every story has a lesson and every moment inspires. From acts of kindness to life-changing journeys, we share tales that make you smile, think, and believe in goodness again. Sit back, relax, and let's begin. This is the Tale Factory, inspiring stories, one tale at a time. Like, subscribe, and join our family. In her teenage years, Lyra grew deeply concerned about her appearance. She'd watch her classmates laughing and moving around, their bodies lean and fit, and envy would settle heavy in her chest. Then she'd glance down at her own rounded belly and pull her top down lower, wishing she could trade places with them. One evening, she stood frowning at her bedroom mirror, her fingers brushing over her stomach. "Why does it come so easy to everyone else?" she whispered. "They don't even seem to try, and here I am, stuck like this." She'd tried so many times before. She'd cut out every treat she loved, forced herself to follow strict meal plans, and dragged herself through endless workouts, telling herself this time she'd stick to it. But after a few months of feeling weak, irritable, and worn out, she always gave up. "I just can't keep doing this," she sighed, sinking onto her bed. "I don't want to starve myself until I'm dizzy, or run until my legs ache so bad I can't sleep. I want to be fit, but I don't want to have to struggle so hard to get there." Her mother knocked softly on the door and stepped inside. "Lyra, I saw you pushing your dinner away again," she said gently. "You know you don't need extreme diets if you just cut back on the junk food and soda you eat every day." Lyra groaned and rolled over, facing the wall. "Mom, please stop," she mumbled. "I don't want to talk about it. I'm only trying to help. I know, but I don't want to hear it," she snapped, pulling her blanket up over her head. Her mother sighed and left the room, but Lyra didn't move. She knew her mom meant well, but she just couldn't bring herself to listen. The next afternoon, she sat alone on the school steps, staring at her shoes, when her best friend Lex sat down beside her. Lex was the only person who never judged her, never pushed her too hard, and never stopped believing in her. "Thinking about it again?" Lex asked quietly. Lyra nodded, her voice small. "I want it so bad, Lex. I want to feel good in my own skin. But every time I try, it feels like I'm punishing myself and I can't keep going. I wish I could just be fit without having to try so hard." Lex shifted closer, their shoulders touching. "That's okay, you know," Lex said softly. "You don't have to rush, and you don't have to do things that make you miserable. Whatever you want, even if you change your mind 100 times, I'm right here. I'm not giving up on you, ever." Lyra looked up, her eyes glistening. "Even if I keep quitting? Even if I never figure it out? Even then," Lex smiled. "We'll take it as slow as you need, but only if you want to." Lyra looked away, out toward the school field, where other students were running and playing. She still felt torn. She still wanted the change, but she still dreaded the work it would take, and she still didn't know what she would do next. One day, Lex accidentally stumbled upon a video online that claimed to help with looking and feeling more fit. The person in the video was talking about a strange-sounding facial toning routine. They called it a gentle pressure technique, using a soft, padded massage tool that looked a bit like a small, rounded hammer. "Check this out," Lex said, pulling Lyra over to the phone screen. "They say if you use this thing on your cheek every night for an hour for a year, your face gets more defined." Lyra burst out laughing. "Are you serious? A massage tool? That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Like, what, is it supposed to magically shrink my face?" "Hey, why not try it?" Lex shrugged. "Nothing to lose if we give it a shot. It's just gentle pressure, not like it's going to hurt anything." Lyra rolled her eyes and shook her head. "No way. I know that's not going to work. It's just some stupid internet trick." She turned and walked away, still chuckling to herself. But at home that night, the video kept coming back to her mind. She found herself thinking about it while doing her homework, while eating dinner, while lying in bed. Finally, she thought, what's the harm in trying it just once? It's just a soft tool after all. She ordered the padded massage tool online, and when it arrived, she started using it every night after school, spending about an hour gently pressing and massaging her cheeks and jawline. To her surprise, after a period of time, she noticed some changes. Her face looked more toned and had a natural curve to it, probably from the regular massage improving circulation. Even better, the nightly routine meant she was sitting quietly in her room instead of staying up late snacking on junk food, so her weight started to reduce too, slowly but steadily. "Look at this," Lyra said excitedly one day, pulling Lex over to look in the mirror. "My face actually looks different, and I've lost a few pounds." Lex grinned and leaned in to get a closer look. "Wow, no way! I can't believe it worked! That's so cool!" Lyra ran her fingers along her jawline, smiling. She was happy with the changes she was seeing, and she was glad she'd given this strange routine a chance, even if she still wasn't sure exactly how it was making such a difference. While Lyra and Lex were overjoyed with the steady, positive changes they saw, someone else burned with quiet anger. Her older stepsister, Vex. Vex had always craved every bit of their parents' attention and hated seeing anyone else stand out. She especially couldn't bear that lately, their parents had been praising Lyra for looking healthier, brighter, and more sure of herself. One evening, Vex lingered outside Lyra's bedroom door, watching through the crack as Lyra went through her nightly routine. A cruel idea took root in her mind. She pulled out her phone and recorded every second, not to help, but to twist it into something shameful. A few days later, Lyra sat beside Lex at the school canteen, tracing her jawline with a soft smile. "I still can't believe how far I've come," Lyra said quietly. "I used to give up after a week, but this time, I just kept going." Lex nudged her gently. "That's the magic, isn't it? You didn't rush, you just stayed consistent." Just then, Vex walked past their table, a sharp, satisfied smirk on her face. She'd already uploaded the video online, and it had exploded across every social media platform. Later that afternoon, Vex cornered Lyra by the school gate. "Have you checked your notifications yet?" Vex asked, her voice thick with mockery. "Everyone's talking about you now, just like you always wanted, isn't it?" Lyra frowned, pulling out her phone. Her chest tightened as she saw the video Vex had posted, paired with a caption meant to mock her routine and make her look foolish. "Why did you do this?" Lyra whispered, her hands shaking. Vex laughed coldly. "Because I'm sick of you stealing all the attention. I wanted everyone to see how ridiculous you look, so you'd finally fade into the background where you belong. I hope this shatters whatever little confidence you think you have." Vex turned and walked away, certain she'd ruined everything. But as Lyra scrolled through the comments, her eyes went wide. Lex leaned over beside her, gasping, "Lyra, they're not laughing at you, they're cheering for you." Thousands of people were sharing the video and writing messages. "It doesn't matter what routine she follows. Look how long she's stuck with it. I quit my goals every single month. If she can keep going this long, I can too. Real change isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up every single day." What Vex had done to humiliate Lyra had instead turned her into a source of hope. People weren't copying just her routine. They were finding courage to stay consistent with their own dreams, no matter how strange or difficult they seemed. Vex had tried to bury Lyra's light, but she'd only given it a much bigger stage to shine. Moral lesson: jealousy and ill intent always backfire. What you use to drag others down may become the very thing that lifts them higher. True inspiration does not come from having the perfect method. It comes from the courage to keep going and the consistency to stay true to your own journey. Did you love today's story? Then don't forget to smash that like button, share this video with all your friends and family, and most of all, subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. I'll be back with more awesome stories tomorrow. Can't wait to see you then.